As you know that declaring variables or writing for loops, etc., everything has a syntax. The same way we have syntax for functions. In its syntax, we will write first of all the return type, and we have to be careful about deciding the return type. For example, if you are creating a function to divide two numbers, alright, 5.6 and second is 2.1. You have to divide this. This is the function and these are the two numbers we passed. While deciding the return type, we will have to understand that what type of value it will return. As we know that we divide numbers, then the answer will be in decimal points. So to make that function, we will decide the return type as double or float. And after deciding return type, we will write the name of function. And the good practice is to always write the name of function about the type of action you are performing or the type of operation you are performing inside your function body. For example, if you are creating a function to check if a number is prime or not, then we can write the return type as void and the name of function as check prime. Now, do you notice that the first letter is small of the first word, and then the second word we just write the first letter as capital? It is a good practice in programming. Furthermore, functions are also called methods. You don't have to get confused if it is written that create a method or create a function. These both are same. And if we have to add number, then we will write this way. Okay? So this would be the name of our function. Alright. And then in the brackets, we will pass the parameters. Parameter 1, parameter 2, up to so on, as much as required. So what are these parameters? For example, here we were creating a function for dividing two numbers, right? Now, these numbers which we are passing, this 5.6 and 2.1, these are called the parameters of a function. Okay, like, do you understand that this could be variable also and any value also? Like, for example, if I create double x is equal to 5.6 and y is equal to 2.1. I created these two double variables. Now, I could also do it this way, that double x y. If I do it this way or I do it this way, these both mean the same, that we are passing the values 5.6 and 2.1 to the function, and the function name is divide in this case. We will create the parameters according to the type of value we are supposed to get from the main or from wherever the function is getting called. For example, if we want to make a function for dividing two numbers, double divide, and then we will write float, or we can write double here as well, double x or double num1, double num2. Now these two are called parameters. This is called the first parameter and this is called the second parameter. And while writing parameters, we think about that what type of values will be required in this function, and we write those values here, like number 1 and number 2. We know that we need two numbers which will be of type double. So we just wrote this both here. There is nothing else about that. And inside the function, it will be all same. Let's first write here that this area will be called body of function, and here we will return value. Okay, just like there is return 0 in the main, the same way there is return value. Here we have double, so we will return any value with points. So let's just see about that. Now we know that we got two numbers from wherever the function is getting called. We don't have to think about that. Inside the function, we will not care about outside world or outside program. We will just focus on the amount of values we have, or for example, if you're having global variables, we can use them also. But my main logic behind telling you is that you have to focus on the inside area of the function whenever you are writing it. So here we know that somehow we got number 1 and number 2, and now we have to divide them. So we can write double ans is equal to num1 divided by num2. Alright, like this will be the operation we performed inside the function, and then at the end we will just write return ans. You know that here we decided the double as return type, and divide is the name of function, and number 1 and number 2 are the parameters of the function. Now think of one more thing. Let's say that here we are passing these variables. Now do you see that x and y we are using in the main function, but inside the function parameters we are writing number 1 and number 2. So the thing is that it is not necessary to put the same name as the original variable. We can change the name of any variable and it will totally work fine. We will try to run it, but first of all let's put comments on this basic syntax of our functions. Now one more thing, when the function will return the answer, where will it go? That's the question. Like how will we be able to save it? So the answer is that we can either simply see out this way, or we can store it in a variable. For example, if you just want to display it on the runtime, we will just do cout and it will work fine. Let me run it. See, it is working fine. What if we need to use this value in the future, like in the next line of codes? So we will do that. We will write the double div variable is equal to divide. Now understand, the same way when we write the value, like for example double y copy is equal to y. Now you know now, like what is this doing? It is putting the value of y in the y copy variable, and the value of y is what? 2.1, right? 2.1 is getting stored inside the y copy variable. So the same way, when we call the function, the return value is placed here. Like no matter wherever we call the function, the return value always come at that place where we are calling the function. And here we call the function at this location, right? At here. So what it will do, that it will calculate the division and return the ans value, and that ans value will come here, and then it will get stored in the div variable. Now do you understand the logic, that the answer will come from here and it will be replaced here, and then from here it will get stored in the divide variable, and then in future we can just simply continue that division is div end line. So now you understand that this is how we usually call it. And that's all the basic syntax of function and the basic logic. There is a lot about functions, such as the pass by value, pass by reference, return types, In the next video, we will see about the return types of the function, and I will create functions for each and every return type so that you can easily understand that how they all work. Even though they are mostly similar, but we will still understand them. So make sure to subscribe NeuroCode. See you in the next video.